thousands of miles away, in a remote valley in Norway. Scientists also believe the lights could come from some unknown energy source. But these lights travel at amazing speeds and have even touched the ground. Of all the mystery light sightings around the world, some of the most spectacular occur in a remote valley in central Norway. A dedicated group of scientists and researchers from universities around the world have studied the lights in Hestelen for more than 2 decades.
I saw it first time in '82, 25th of September '82. I remember the date. It's some kind of power. Where does this power come from? Maybe it's a clean power. 2002, we started the science camps, where we bring young students up here with a lot of instruments.
Here, the Hestelen lights make a sudden and dramatic appearance.
Oi! Å, fy fader! Jeg filmer det! Jeg har det på tape! Jeg har det her! Å, dæven!
Hva sier du?
Well, after we have done some measurements, we have done some results, we have got some data. And in fact, the more data we get, which answers some questions, more questions raise.
Like this pulsating ball of light recorded in 1999, the most stunning event in this video is seen when magnified. A smaller light appears and is sucked up by the larger light. But scientists can only describe what they see. They can't explain it.
Så trenger jeg 2 som vil se øst.
The students and researchers head out to observation posts scattered around the Hestelen Valley, hoping to measure the light phenomena.
We have measured 3 meters, we have measured 5 meters, and they can illuminate the ground hovering around for hours.
Lysglimt 50 grader over horisonten, over.
Then they spot something unexpected, directly below where the lights appeared.
We have also some tracks on the ground, in the snow. No melting of the snow. So it doesn't seem to be any heat into it. And we have made some samples of the snow measuring bacteria. In the snow around, it was normal bacteria. But in the track itself, the bacteria was killed.
This tells researchers the lights interact with the landscape in strange ways. But again, any explanation remains speculation.
Tar du og melder det ut? The radar just picked up signals outside.
In 1986, Hestelen light researchers filmed this video of a light in the distance that moves unlike anything known to this Earth.
So you have this moving, sharp angles in a high speed, and nothing with any mass can have that moving. So it obviously seems to have no mass. We have the data with the radar reflecting as strong as it was from a solid object. But we don't see the object.
Og det kan du se på når frekvensen
I think det som er litt problem. You see several lights on something. It seems to be several lights going on close to each other, following each other. So when it's moving, all the lights is moving. So it's a feeling that there is something it's attacked to. We have measured the speed on the radar up to 30,000 kilometers an hour.
Strand simply can't explain it. But recently declassified government documents may hold the answers. The Norwegian researchers aren't alone in observing the mystery lights. In London, the British Ministry of Defence has been decades. Recently declassified documents confirm it. One of the reports states that they occur on a daily worldwide basis, and they exhibit aerodynamic characteristics well beyond those of any known aircraft or missile. They're referred to as unidentified aerial phenomena, aka UFOs. One of the most amazing encounters with an unidentified flying object takes place in 1957. It happens at England's Manston Air Force Base and involves U.S. fighter pilots. The documents reveal the name of one of the fighter pilots, Milton Torres. Today, the retired pilot lives in Florida. He may be one of the only pilots to have engaged a UFO in direct combat. He's kept his story secret for decades, but now that his...
It was May 20th, 1957. The weather was solid from the ground up. I never saw anything. There was no stars to be seen because of so much weather.
Lieutenant Torres and his wingmen climbed to 32,000 feet at full speed.
And I stayed in afterburner.
The target appears on his radar.
This target was going back and forth. It was stopping, it was starting, it was just doing its thing, and we were going to shoot it down. The blip was huge. It was a return on my radar that was similar to what I would have if I was painting an aircraft carrier in the North Sea.
The orders from ground control are crystal clear. Fire all you have at the target.
I had no idea what was going on. This is probably the beginning of World War III.
Despite his hesitations, he prepares to engage.
I locked on, I was coming in, and at 20 seconds to go, I pulled my trigger, and all of a sudden, my target was leaving me.
What Lieutenant Torres sees on his radar seems impossible.
By this time, I was going 0.92 Mach, and this is just 92% of the speed of sound is what the 0.92 was. This went out about 10 times faster, so this means he was doing something like Mach 10, and he disappeared off the screen.
No plane on Earth can do Mach 10. Ground control orders Torres back to base.
They said, we're sending a man down from the embassy to debrief you on this mission. I found out then that this was what we call a spook.
Lieutenant Torres is told not to talk to anyone about the mission.
I had just gone through school to become a pilot, and I sure didn't want anybody to take it away from me. So that meant I shut my mouth.
Lieutenant Torres keeps his experience secret for the next several decades. When the mission's declassified in 2006, Torres quickly learns he isn't the only pilot to have engaged a UFO.
I followed lots of fighter pilots that have seen unusual sightings like this.
Many of these pilots witness mystery lights.
I've talked to other pilots that have seen the lights. I've even talked to pilots that swore it was a UFO. Nothing they could do.
As to what he engaged over England, Torres has no idea.
This thing was going so fast, it was beyond anything I could even think about.
The same goes for the British government's research program. There is no explanation for the UFO Lieutenant Torres engaged. It is another encounter without an answer. Around the world, the strange lights continue to arise spontaneously in the sky. Scientists and researchers continue to press forward, hoping one day soon the answers will come.
If we increase the activity to get the data, of course, I'm sure we'll find a solution. It may give us some new information about our nature, or maybe the universe, I don't know.